Welcome back to another session of, well, the con in general. We didn't get to do anything last week, unfortunately, due to unforeseen consequences and situations. Um, but previously in the Scale of Fate campaign with this party, we watched as Calder had yet another vision, something that generally usually applies to something in the near future, but this seemed different. The vision he had gotten this time. And after awaking and meeting with the party, they did some more investigating around the town before meeting a artificer by the name of Reginald, who offered various items. And they purchased a few within their budget and current amount of coin that they had before making their way down to one of the taverns in the outer ring where they part of the party encountered a half-dragon tabaxi who seemed to charm Kellic as the others arrived and caused him to become a bit hostile to the rest of the party, resulting in his own demise to the party, which was accidental. Before they
I'm
quickly
sorry, Seabiscuit. I had to put you down.
yeah, before they rushed him to a temple in the attempts of getting him resurrected, which did end up happening, but he would require time to rest due to the injuries that had come upon him. And as the party left, Calder remembered the meeting that he had set up with the thief by the name of Darlick and his little group of individuals meeting at the same warehouse that Calder had been led to earlier that day. So, as you guys are walking through the streets, Calder, you actually hear in your head the voice of Edward as you are walking, and you hear him say the words, "Wanted to check your progress." Let me do his voice. "Wanted to check your progress. Have you found the Jack of Diamonds? And is there anything you need from me as of now?"
I'll go ahead and just reply, I guess, telepathically. Um, Still working on it. We found a few traces, but we haven't been able to get our hands on the people. They're pretty slippery. I don't know what else you could really supply other than a few more manpower or more people that for more money, more manpower, or a or anything like that. But if
Should
you
I
have any idea of what we should try and do it, to speed this up, this process is just going to take a while from what it looks like.
should I be full HP right now?
No, because no one's
Okay, I'm just
rested.
making sure.
You get a response back that says, "I didn't catch all of that. The sending spell has a bit of limitations on the number of words that can be used. Unfortunately."
I'll reply. Need more resources and time. Any help? Question mark. I don't really have to say question mark,
Yeah.
but
He says,
You don't in senses?
"Did
yeah.
do you have a location of where they are, or where they might be? Because I might be able to help in person."
I found one or two people scattered about, but there was one location where I found the main man that you needed.
If you wouldn't mind, this is through another sending spell. He says, "If you wouldn't mind, I found you are impossible to scry on at the moment. Would you possibly be able to fix that so I can know if and when I should help?"
I'm just gonna shake my head over at Calder. Like
you can't
saying no.
You can't hear him. This is only
Oh,
between
okay.
Calder
I'll
and.
say,
Oh, my bad, my bad.
I'll say, instead of that, do you mind just trying to message my coworker?
You do not get a response back.
Damn, left on red.
He seems to have gone quiet, and your knowledge, he probably doesn't have enough spell slots to keep doing this, and is trying to conserve a few.
Yeah, I'll just can I send? No, I can't sending because that's only through my dragon shard. I'll just can I keep replying to that sending real quick and say I'll meet at the center or at the Brayboro house or whatever.
Okay, yeah, you would still have enough words left, yeah.
Okay, I'll say that. I'll say we'll head over so we can talk in person, and I'll let the party know. Hey, I just got finished being on the phone with
Being on the
Great Burrow. And I'll let them know that he's trying to help us out to see what we need, anything like that. I'm gonna tell the party I need to talk to you guys first, but we need to be somewhere more private. I feel like once we get done with Greyboro, I need to let you guys in on something that's happening. But we can discuss this afterwards to see what Greyboro can provide. Hopefully, some coin will assist us in bartering with like money for rumors type of deal. So let's head over there now and then rest possibly afterwards. What time is it?
By this point, it's roughly near. The sun is beginning to set, so it's around roughly 8ish.
Okay.
You know you're supposed to meet with. You had agreed with Darlick sometime after dark.
Right. So we'll go to Greyboro first.
Okay.
I'll let the party know. Let's go to Greyboro first, and then I need to talk to you guys about something that might happen tonight. And I'll head over. I'll lead the way, I guess.
Okay. So you guys make your way to the Greyboro Tower in the center of town, where you do find him. He is standing out front, kind of arms crossed and kind of waiting, just looking out in the street. And you also see on his shoulder there is a black hawk that is just kind of surveying the area too before it kind of looks towards you and causes him to do the same. He turns to all of you and he says, "So, what news do you bring?"
You're just gonna have to deal with my typing noises while I say this. I'll let him know. Let me just type first. Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, we generally hear your typing anyways, so it's like it's
Yeah, I know.
become a part of the con.
I fear that it's just going to be a little bit more annoying because I'm on my laptop, not my actual PC and headset. So
Can't be any louder than my keyboard.
yeah, Jesus.
I have
Okay,
the
so
world's loudest keyboard.
I'll let him know. I'll say we were traveling around. We've been to each of the locations that you've provided once, at least once. And while we were able to find a few, let's see, we were able to find Kit at the Burrow. Um, we were only able to find him, and I was able to I was able to get in contact with Darlick, but not actually see him fully in person, only at a distance.
And what did he have to say to you?
No. Caleb.
I'm sorry. I have to stay muted because I keep burping.
No, you're fine. Oh, never mind. It's Rob that's making that
Yeah,
sound. I don't know
Rob
what
was
it is.
making the dice noise.
Sorry.
I was watching you get on to Caleb, and I was like, it was Rob.
I don't have to monitor
Yeah,
shit.
why'd you assume it was me, you dick?
Because I thought you were making food and that was like your pepper grinder or whatever.
Mm.
But I will say, God damn, it's so loud. I'll let him know that Darlick had talked to me. Darlick had gotten in contact with me about what he wanted from those items that he stole from you. I tried to get as much information out from him about what his plan was and almost try to play the side of letting him have his way. He offered to buy us off and also give more information about what he wants to do, and I'll let Graber know. Basically, he wants to overthrow the government here and
Damn.
remove you from power.
Calder's a little
And
rat, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Grimbo kind of raises an eyebrow and just says,
I know nothing more of what he told me. He only wanted to talk. I had no chance of trying to capture him or kill him at the location he provided.
Well, he surely isn't the first who wishes to get rid of me.
I'm gonna make hand signs and gestures to Calder that says snitches get stitches.
I'll just kind
Um,
of like elbow and like, yeah, whatever.
Did he, by chance, bring up any sort of second meeting with him or possible place of finding him?
I had told him that that I had no answer for him as of now, but he said to meet him somewhere in a different location tomorrow, and he would get to me tonight somehow.
Roll a deception check.
I knew you were gonna do this to me, and I know I'm gonna fucking fail this shit.
Can he do it with advantage if I'm intimidating?
No, because this is
No.
Greyborough. If it was someone else, I would allow it, but this is Greyborough.
Am I not that intimidating?
You are intimidating. Just Greyborough is living with a 3-headed dragonborn.
Are you
And that
kidding me?
phases me. Why? No, I'm just kidding.
Are you fucking kidding me? It
Just-
was on 16 and then just fucking flipped over to 3, dude.
It's fine. We can fight our way out of this.
Oh my God.
Right. He kind of gives you kind of a look like he doesn't say anything, but he gives you a look like he knows that you're leaving something out or you changed some details.
I wasn't lying to him because he said that he would meet up and tell me where
No.
tonight.
He knows he's not saying it's not the sense that you are lying. It's the sense that you are leaving. You're either leaving something out or you changed a minor detail, and he can tell, but he's not.
Lying by
didn't say
omission.
anything. Yeah, he
He just assumes it.
he has
Like,
a pretty
there's
good
no way
feeling
he can
that
just tell I'm lying. I have proof against like identification.
no. What I'm saying is it's just he doesn't know what you're lying about or what you've changed. He just knows there's something that he is missing, and he doesn't know what it is, and you're not telling him. Pretty much.
This is so. This is why I hate rolling for. Oh, can you lie? I don't know. Does my dice say I can or not? Let's check. Answer's fucking no, because this dice sucks. I didn't bring my dice because I honestly forgot we had D&D tonight.
He just kind of gives you that look and just says, "All right." He says, "Then what else can I be of assistance with at the moment?"
Well, I don't know. Hold on, let me go back up and see what he actually wants from us to do. Okay.
You talking about Grayborough or
Yeah. He wants Darlic alive.
And he doesn't care if the others are dead or alive.
Right, but he wants all the items that they got from him.
Yes.
We literally haven't seen like 4 of them. 3 of them. I'll ask him, does he know of anyone that we can try and go to that will lend us a hand? These people are these people again are very slippery. They just don't show up when we're looking for them, or when we do see them, they are just gone in an instant.
I'll do some looking tonight. No one comes to mind at the moment, but I will let you know in the morning if I do find a contact. There are people I haven't spoken to in some time, so they might be of help now.
Understood. Do you have any tips or ideas that we should try and test out? We've kind of just been running around trying to find each specific spot that you have listed for us, the tavern and gambling halls.
I would say make an attempt at those places again, but maybe hide your faces a bit better. Because I assume they probably saw you coming.
Oh my god.
True.
I just realized.
Do you have anything that could help us do that? We don't really have much for deception through just the group of us.
I mean, I can turn into a bear in our barn.
Actually,
no, I'll be a horse. I'll be a horse that enters the bar, and the bartender will be like, "Why the long face?"
This is a great bit.
Damn, tough crowd.
This is a great bit. He kind of thinks for a second. He says, the only thing that I can think of, which they've taken multiple from me, he kind of reaches into his cloak and pulls out what looks to be a kind of a almost a formal hat of some sort, almost like a bowler hat. And as he pulls out, you do notice the runes etched into the inside of the fabric. He says, a hat of disguise is the only thing that I can offer in that regards.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd gladly take it. We have a few more people that we need to hide, but we probably should be able to do it with a simple cloak. We'll give
I
this
can just turn into an animal, honestly.
Okay. Does
Just,
that races? Like half animal
no, I
races?
can just be a fucking rat in someone's pocket.
Oh.
He has wild
Okay.
shape. He's druid.
Yeah.
Just don't give me a cookie.
Oh my god.
Yes.
We're not doing this bit right now.
Okay. All right. I'll take the bowler hat and I'll put it on Jotun because he's the largest man that we need to actually hide.
It will require.
I'll be your pack mule.
It will require attunement, and I will need it back when this job is done.
Hey, Calder, can I make a suggestion?
It's fine with me. Yes.
You go as a chef that's visiting, and I'll hide in your hat.
And I'll be the chef's bodyguard that's just there for no reason.
I hate you
just
so
pretend.
much.
No, just ask Grayborough for a cover that you're a visiting, well-renowned chef. You're his bodyguard, and I will hide in your hat as a rat.
Ha! I just got it.
Genius plan.
Yeah, got it finally.
I've known this joke the entire time because I've been watching videos that have made the same joke.
I didn't hear him say rat earlier, but as soon as he said rat, that's funny.
Exactly.
As he kind of
Okay,
hands
yeah.
over the hat to you or whatever and mentions that, he just says, "If there's nothing else, I do have a meeting that I must get to, even though I don't wish to go." But
Why so sad about going to meetings? I thought that would be your main job here.
it's in Grandhelm, and I'd rather not meet with the princes and the king's generals again, but must do its best for Elmoria.
Of course. May I ask how you get there? Do you ride or do you have a teleportation circle?
A simple spell. I've been there enough.
I see. Okay, well, I hope your trip is well off and that you don't get hounded by these generals that you speak of to offer more troops. Sounds like both in Greyborough and in Grandhelm they need all the protection that they can get.
Yes.
I'm gonna hold out my. Oh, sorry.
No, it's just yes. It is unfortunate. It seems to be that way.
I'm gonna hold out my money in front of Greyborough and just kind of jostle it in my hands. Be like, "Is there anything I can buy?" Because he's a wizard, right?
He is a wizard.
He would probably have some cool baubles I could at least look at.
I'll say, excuse my friend, he's not well with words. He's basically asking if you had anything we could buy off of
Wait,
you
I thought
because
Greyborough could understand me.
He was able to at one. He can kind of get things. It
Oh,
takes him.
I thought because he was like some wise wizard, he just understood.
No,
Because I remember
it's
there was someone that knew.
it took time for him to figure out what you were saying. No, you were talking about the blacksmith that you talked to at one point.
Wait, how did he know?
Because you spent
guess.
like 30 minutes in there trying to convey
Oh,
your point, and the guy slowly got to the point of what you wanted.
no, there was somebody who just understood me because I was trying to talk to them and they just like got it. I just don't remember who it was. I'm sorry.
It wasn't Greyborough. You
Was
might
it
It's the
Aurora?
taxi. No, it was the cart wizard.
Oh,
Reginald.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was
Cart
somebody.
wizard?
I thought it was
Reginald's
Greyborough.
a special case. Reginald's a special case. He understands a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought, yeah, I just thought that he was Reginald. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
No, he
But
doesn't
You're good.
understand people. He understands money.
That's it. He speaks the language of money, therefore he speaks to all who are looking for things via money.
yuck.
Khajiit has wares.
Yes, that's pretty much the reason I built him the way I did. All right. He says, "I do not have anything with me at the moment, and if you want to buy something at some point, uh, we can discuss at a later time."
Of course.
He says, "Though that is everything, I really should be going." And you notice him kind of pull out like a small little pocket watch out of his pocket and look at it, slip it back in. He says, "If you need anything, do you know the sending spell, Calder?"
Let me check my book to make sure. I'll flip through it real quick.
Can I check my inventory?
Yes. It's there.
Is it all there?
It's all there.
Okay, good.
See, I know it, but only because of the dragon familiar. To talk
So
to,
you know it. Yeah, that one is an infinite version of it.
yeah.
I'm gonna stop us in the middle of a dragon fight or something. Just be like, can I check my inventory?
Can I check my inventory? As a bonus action?
It's like
Can I check-
pausing. It's like pausing in the middle of a boss fight to like check your
Haven't been near
inventory.
civilization in 3 days. Has no possible way of losing stuff. Can I check my inventory?
Eating a metric ton of bread in the middle of a boss fight.
Yeah, I remember that.
About to get killed by a dragon. 80 wheels
There's
of
a-
cheese straight down your
There's
throat.
there's a Skyrim video with cabbages like that.
I have a really random question
And what is
that
that?
has to pertain to wild shape for druids.
Okay.
It's any beast that's below 1/2 CR, correct?
I think it's 1/4 of your. It's 1/4 of your level. It has to equal that CR or lower.
Okay.
It should
So
tell
that
you.
is-
It should tell you in your character sheet if you go to your features.
Yeah, it says 1/2. I was just wondering.
Yeah, so it's
if
1/2 or lower.
If it's any beast.
Any beast that is 1/2 or lower challenge rating.
Are whales large creatures?
Yes.
So I could pick up a whale.
No. Well, it depends on the whale.
You-
There are larger whales.
Okay.
Sorry.
So this is really really random, but
You
I'm
caught me
looking
off
at
guard.
a list of beasts,
Yes.
a list of beasts, and it says a swarm of rats.
You
Can
can't
I
do
be
that.
a
You
swarm of
cannot
rats?
become a swarm, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
I
wild
gotcha.
shape is restricted to becoming one beast instead of many.
And like, what do I get the benefits of the creature if I were to transform into it? Like the
You get all of the stats except for you keep your intelligence and your wisdom, I think.
Ew, okay. Damn, this black bear got -2 charisma. You get no bitches.
So, Great Pro, looking over each of you, just is there anything else you guys were going to ask him before he does his thing?
Ask Greyburrow?
Yes, the guy you've been talking to.
No, not really.
I'm just trying to think if I have anything to ask him. I don't really have anything to ask
He
him.
looks over each of you and just says, "Well,
Actually, can I talk to his bird?
you can. Why the conversation was happening, you could try to. It's just a hawk that's just kind of sitting there, and it was just kind of looking over each of you.
I'm going to look at the bird. I'm going to look at the hawk, and I'm going to say, "Hello, brother. It is I. Have you seen anything from the skies while you have
What's
soared
this
through
weird
the city?"
bird racism like you got going on here? This bird gang mentality.
It's not a gang mentality, all right? We've been subjugated.
Right, I'm a
long
bird,
enough.
you're
We
a
are finally
bird. Let's just
free
bird it
from this
out, you know what I'm
cage.
saying?
Yeah, man.
The,
Birds of a feather flock together. What the fuck?
That's a hawk and a regular bird. You're like a humanoid bird.
Exactly. So he's probably like, this dude's fucking legit.
Yeah, this guy's a Chad.
the hawk doesn't say anything. He kind of just looks over at you for a moment before kind of shaking its head no. And
Damn.
also, upon looking at this hawk, it doesn't seem to be a normal hawk. As you look over it, you kind of get the feeling that it is similar to how your wild shape beast is, or your fire.
Familiar?
It seems to be a familiar.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to then, I'm going to make a little crest of a bird, and then put it on my chest, and then bow a little bit and say, "I wish you tailwinds on your noble quest," and then walk away.
I'm gonna run over it and rip out all its feathers and cook it like a chicken.
Wow. Such aggression.
It's a bird world.
Apparently.
Yeah.
All right. Great Bro
I feel like
looking-
I'm gonna give Yotan the bird pass because he can't talk.
The bird pass. That's pretty good. That's gird.
Imagine,
That's the gird.
Yotan doesn't talk this entire time, and then randomly he just goes, "Bird." Just says the bird,
Drops
Alright.
the B word.
flips the bird.
All right. Gabriel looking at you just says, "Well, I wish you all the best of luck, and I guess I'll find out if something happens while I am away."
Sounds good. And I'll slight nod, bow type of deal, and walk over to the center to go to our room.
And he gives you a slight nod as well before you watch as he, muttering under his breath, draws out a rune into the air before snapping a finger and just vanishing. Him and the hawk, they both disappear. Let me specify that he just doesn't disappear and there's just a hawk there. They both disappear.
I imagine it works like Pokemon, where the bird just takes it.
It just grabs, just rapid
That'd be
speed.
funny.
Technically, your teleport spell could take on its own like personality. Technically, like any of your magic can have its own special theme to it, as long as it works the same as the regular version of it.
So like it could look like flames for him, just as long as it was the same symbols and stuff.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be the symbols. The symbols is his thing, where he draws them out in the air and they kind of glow in the air and then he vanishes. You could disappear in like a burst of light or like a swirl of fire that doesn't burn anything.
Oh, dude, mine would definitely be fire vines that grab me and pull me into the earth.
That sounds both
Like,
terrifying and awesome.
Like Scorpion. Just
All right, so you guys are heading
Into the
back
earth.
to the center.
burp.
All right, so you make your way back to the center. May I ask what you wish to attempt while you are here?
Rest.
Yeah, seriously.
For one, a rest. For two, I wanted to talk to the to all the party members about it.
Okay. I would say you probably have time for a short rest because you do have. It would be like an hour or two before you know that the meeting would be supposed to occur. If you showed up, you didn't have to show up,
Right.
but like you know that that's roughly the time frame. So you guys
Okay.
enter the center. It seems pretty inactive at the moment. One of the kind of, I guess, receptionists is just kind of. They don't notice you walk in. They're kind of off in their own world.
Mm-hmm.
And as
We'll
you
just walk in, head over to our room, basically.
pass
just,
by,
like-
he kind of snaps back a little bit and just kind of watches you. Doesn't say anything.
Yeah, what are you gonna say, bitch? No.
You all gather within the space of one of the rooms. Action.
I'll basically tell the party. So, partially lied to Greyborough back there. The only reason is because I wanted to hear you guys' opinion first. Darlick mentioned that he was fighting a greater evil and is bettering things for the other people in the outside rings in Greyborough. Because he has kind of done the whole rich needs to be richer, poor needs to stay poorer, and has created a divide in the rings. If you guys couldn't tell from our experiences in the outside rings, it's kind of just travelers and it's been a shithole. So,
I feel like another show has that very common theme. Not
yeah.
common, but like that very familiar theme.
There's a lot of
It's
shows.
it's a pretty good trope, but
No,
basically,
ASD.
Calendar will say Darlick just wants to remove Greyborough from the government and make it for the people, and he plans to send him to Grandhelm for something. He just wants him to leave for a bit. He doesn't want to kill him. Now, and Calder will grab the mirror object from that Darlick gave him. I have this item, which is what Darlick stole from Greyborough.
Not Greyborough.
Oh, from
Anton.
Anton, right. I'll just say I have this object, which is I think one of the objects that Greyborough needed back, but I'll keep hold of it for now, just in case we have to go back to Grandhome to find Greyborough.
Does Greyborough know that you lied about it?
I told him everything up until the last part when we needed to meet Darlick again. I told Greyborough that Darlick would get back to me tonight and tell me where to meet tomorrow, but we're actually meeting with him tonight. I just wanted to hear you guys' opinions on this, whether we try and find them all and turn on Darlick, or whether we try and see what happens if Darlic takes control. He's not actually the person that wants to rule the government, he has other people in mind, but I fear that they will try to do the same thing in the long run, and this will be for the worst.
I mean, the issue then would be, can we even find them?
Of course. The thing is that
This is
I don't
us we're
wanna,
talking about.
yeah, I don't want to try to waste time here when we could easily be doing anything else for more coin outside of Greyborough. And while I enjoyed our time in Almoria, in Grand Helm, and all of those areas, I have no real connection here. So seeing this place a little less on the map than normal wouldn't hurt my feelings. Like just not showing back up in case Greyborough holds a grudge or something like that.
I really want to have an opinion, but Yotan is neutral evil, so he would not give a shit about this in the slightest.
Right.
I really want to have an opinion on this, though. God damn.
What is Caleb's opinion then? Out of character.
I'm a fucking
What-
libertarian, so viva la resistance!
Yeah, he's all for the
Okay.
resistance.
Right. Okay. And what is Ryan's opinion?
Well, I'm just worried about the long run effects of this because I'm okay with being on the run, but I don't know. I think we can hear Darlic out, but I'm just do people really not like Greyborough that much?
The outside ring does not like him because he tries to hold everything in the inside ring, where everything is too pricey and is basically made for the rich. Now, what I fear is that Darlic puts whoever he has in power, and they just don't know what they're doing in office. They don't know how to control the prices. They get, attacked by the military that is following Greyborough wherever he is.
Yeah,
And
it feels like Greyborough has too much power, and I
Mhm.
don't expect these random bandits to run a city better than he can. Especially considering if there's allies in other cities that retaliate, they're just fucked, and everyone connected is just fucked.
Right. What I tried to propose to Darlic is that we give him a week or two, maybe even a month, and then we come back and see how they're doing. If it's any worse, we just come back in, try and put Greyborough back into office. If it's any better, we leave it as is. But I just fear that a civil war or a riot or something in the upper ring with all the people that have influence over this type of thing are not going to be happy whenever Greyborough gets removed.
Well, do you think
Don't-
Greyborough's gonna go with this plan?
I asked Sarlacc if he needed to kill Greyborough, and he said no. So, I feel that Greyborough is going to be not happy with leaving his own handmade town, but
Well, I mean, if
just
I'm Greyborough and I'm in control of the city and I'm rich and I'm powerful and I have an army behind me and a bunch of random thieves are trying to displace me, but not kill
random.
me.
I would not say random. They are very well organized and very
Well,
dangerous.
okay, so you have organized thieves, but yet they're not a threat to me because they're not
with
going to kill me.
stolen magical items from Greyborough's arsenal. That is the thing. We don't know what items they have now.
Mm-hmm. But if Darlic has already said that he's not going to kill Greyborough is not really in any danger and there's no real pressure for him.
But we don't know if we should trust his word. I couldn't tell if he was lying to me or not, but,
So you're willing to trust his word in being, oh, I want to displace the city or displace the power and
his
be better.
plan,
But we don't know if he's going to.
his plan that he told me did not sound like he even needed Greyborough to leave to fully get it through. He wants him to leave so that it'd be easier to put another person into power, because I don't think that there's any elections here. But
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I want to just hear you guys out for this. I didn't want to just do my own plan. because Darlic came to me only. I just don't know at this point.
What?
I fear that the worst comes to worst is that Darlic tries to get Greyburrow out and something drastic happens.
It
But we
really just
already
sounds like the little people are the only ones that are in any real danger. Darlic can leave at any time, and Greyburrow has a whole army and a massive investor on his side. So really, we need to be careful on which sides we take.
exactly. I don't want to try and upset any side. I don't like my. I like my neck being attached to my to the rest of my body, so I don't want to upset Darlic. But I don't think we can try and make a plan right now to capture him at this meeting. I just don't believe it's possible. They're just too slippery at this point.
Who would be easier to kill? That's the real question. Greyburrow or what
Darlic.
is it? Darlic. That's right.
Darlic for sure would be easy
So
to fight,
yeah,
but
either a fucking
Well, no, it's
land
not just
resident
Darlic that we'd be
entire.
fighting probably.
it would
It
be the
wouldn't be.
entirety of the
So
Jack.
who's stronger? Is it Grey? We can just kill Greyburrow and then the army has no head. But if we
No,
go after the heads
we
of the
cannot.
Steve Guild,
We cannot kill Greyburrow. Even if
No,
we saw
he's a powerful wizard.
we are not killing Greyburrow.
we
For
could trick
one,
him into killing himself.
no, for one, he's talking
Gaslight
to
him?
the prince. He's talking and helping the prince fight off Threthstag. And for two, he created this place by himself. So
And
I just don't know.
we have to hear out his plan, because if he has a legitimate plan to take down Greyburrow and has a legitimate plan to re-seize the city for the people, it really matters what his plan is.
Yeah, but the issue that I have is, can we trust him?
Yeah.
Because
there any way
even
we
no
can keep
matter
a leash
what
on
he
him?
says,
What's up? Sorry.
Is there any way we could keep a leash on him?
Is this supposed to be a dog joke?
I don't have anything.
no, there's not really a way to put a leash on either of them.
I don't have anything that would be able to hold them down for too long.
I think he meant leverage, not
Yeah.
physically. There's no way to keep Garlic held to his word, because he can at any moment he gets power just remove us.
Yes, but we need something against him, so I think we go underground and see if we can find something.
I think that's a good plan. I think we don't take a side right now because Garlic's too much of a wild card, and Greyburrow's too powerful to go against.
We're gonna
And I think
Sweden
that-
this shit all the way to victory.
I think genuinely the best option we have is to try to get leverage on both of them, and maybe leverage it against Greyburrow to make sure he makes changes for the people, so Garlic is satisfied, and then he leaves.
We can talk to Darlic about that. Just the only
That's
thing
the
is
only way.
we can't.
I mean, if Garlic has one of the relics that Greyburrow has, right?
Mhm.
We could technically use that as leverage against Greyburrow and say, hey, we can recover this under the conditions that you do XYZ. Diplomacy is going to be the only option. I don't think violence in any way.
What's the form of government? Is it a theocracy?
It's just
Theocracy would
Grey.
be under God.
So you guys
Greyburrow
would have an idea of
council.
this. It's Greyburrow controls the city, and he has a council that controls it under him, but he tells them exactly what to do, and he's the reason the city runs the way it does. Technically, though, he obeys the king, though, because the king is in charge of Almoria. He's like a smaller version of the government, and he kind of gets away with things because he gives the king stuff.
Yeah. She's kind of like a feudal lord.
Yeah.
Like a baron
So-
or a duke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if we remove him, we're making the king of Almoria upset.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
So
they don't know it
that's
was us
Right into us, and I don't
necessarily.
want that.
How would they
Greybro
know
would
it's us?
Well, wasn't it Joseph that told us about this job? The prince?
You got a letter from a elfin
From
man who came up
Gabriel.
to you. That came from Gabriel.
Right.
It was one of his people came to you and found you.
Okay.
The only job the prince gave you was that with Bell, with the facility.
Yeah, Bell's job. Bell and Usuf, right?
Yep.
Okay. Guess I'll just. We can just go to Darlick and propose our plan, Orion's plan. Can we fit in a rest before we go? A short
Are
rest?
we?
You would get a
Wait, are
short
we
rest,
gonna
yeah.
try to find dirt on Darlick or no?
We can do
No,
that.
I think the.
I
Okay.
think it's better to get dirt on Greybro, but it's not bad to have dirt on people. In
Why
general.
not do both?
That's why I'm okay with both.
You would have time for a short rest, and if anyone's missing health, you can roll your hit dice in order to regain health.
Do we get spell slots for short rest?
Depends.
If your class has a feature with that.
Oh shit. Okay.
If you check your features and you have something about short rest, then yes. I know wizards do, and I know sorcerers do, and I think warlocks do as well. But those are the only three I know of.
Yeah, I don't think druids do. I think only my wild shape is short rest.
That's probably what it is. I know each
God,
class has something that involves short
right.
rests, but I don't remember what.
Oh well. I mean, I can still do martial stuff. I still have my crossbow and whatnot.
Yeah. All right, so
I still have what 3 spell slots left? Yeah, I have 3 spell slots left.
So you all gather your thoughts after this little meeting and relax for a bit before roughly about 9:30, 10ish rolls around, and you feel that it's time to go. You head from your room down in through the lobby. Uh, you see a few people that seem to be checking in. A couple elves, family of elves that look to be checking into the inn as you guys pass by and exit the inn. I assume you're heading straight to the warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. You all make your way, Calder, leading the path towards this what seems to be not empty, but relatively unused for the most part warehouse. It seems to be untouched for the most part. Like on occasions, people go in and out. And upon entering, Calder, you see the very familiar scene of the kind of lit central interior by the moon, and you can see at the backside of the shadows the figure of Darlick standing there, kind of looking towards the door with what looks to be a glass within his hand. Everyone else roll a perception check for me as you enter this warehouse.
Everyone else?
Everyone, including you. I'm saying everyone roll this. You would see him immediately. There's other things going on as well.
I got an 18.
18. Okay.
All right, what am I rolling? I'm back.
Perception.
Got it.
Can't wait to roll a 2.
13.
I think your thing froze.
That is a 12.
Oh, it's 12. All right.
16.
All right. You all both see. You do also notice to the left of Darlick, there seems to be someone sitting upon one of the upper shelves of one of the racks within the space, hood up, dressed in almost monkish attire. But you do not see their face as their hood is covering it. And then you see also to the opposite side, there is an individual leaned against a box a few feet from the light. A pair of ram horns kind of glistening slightly in the dark. As A pair of emerald green eyes kind of looks up at each of you with his arms, the individual's arms crossed. Orion, you notice roughly about 20 feet from the door along the wall, there is someone leaned against the wall, looking towards you guys as you enter with these dull purple cat-like eyes. And then you also notice directly behind Darlic, a few feet back, there is a smaller individual with you can barely see his amber eyes in the dark, wherever he's sitting behind Darlic.
The gang's all here.
The gang's all here.
And as you all enter, Darlic steps forward, revealing himself in the light. A small glass of what appears to be probably a whiskey or some sort of drink in it. As he gives you a almost welcoming smile as you all kind of make your way forward from the door. Calder, real quick, I want you to roll an Arcana check.
Oh boy, this is gonna take a little bit because my computer does not like rolling these dice. They roll it like a frame a second.
Sounds like Bryce's computer.
Yeah,
That's how Bryce's was. It was just like,
it's like
It was a slideshow of dice.
They just kind of
Ooh,
teleported around the
Jose.
screen.
Why'd you roll a 48?
I was looking. I just wanted to see what a D100 looked like. Honestly,
It's a percentage die.
That is a
21.
clean 21.
So Calder, real quick, mark off a 4th level spell slot for me. As you mutter, without thinking about it, you have an impulse and you mutter a spell under your breath. And you cast the spell Locate Anomaly, which is a spell that your Dragon Shard familiar forced you to cast. So you now can add that to your list.
Hold on.
Wait,
so
I said locate anomaly?
Locate Anomaly.
Is this a fucking trap? The fuck?
There is a reason I have been waiting to put this spell into play for a long time, and this was the only
I
way
need
to
to
do it.
add the spell. Hold on. What does this do? All right, let's learn it first. Let's see
If
what
you'd
it
like to
does.
read it, if you'd like to educate the class,
Oh no!
this is a homebrew. This is a homebrew spell that was made for the shard.
I get this up to 10 minutes concentration. I can sense the presence of anomalies such as rifts, portals, disruption in time and space, and extreme powers that are within 1,000 feet of me. If this anomaly is wrong or is moving, I know what direction. This spell cannot locate an object if any thickness of lead, even a thin sheet, blocks a directional path between you and the object.
what are you, fucking Superman?
It's
Like,
the
what's that
equivalent
weird
of
weakness?
It's the equivalent of locate object, but it's for strange anomalous things that happen within the world.
Okay.
So
Yeah, what are you, Superman though? Like, what's with that weird weakness for no reason?
no.
Lead
It's like saying
block.
like lead blocks the magic because it can't. It's like blocking radiation type deal.
Oh, does lead block magic in
Yes.
D&D?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
pretty
most
cool.
Because
thickness of
in
stone,
D&D,
copper.
magic
Oh.
technically works the same way as radiation. Where
Wait, so you could just have lead armor and you'd be like immune to magic?
Certain-
Yeah, but
certain
you
things,
couldn't move.
yeah, you would not be able to move.
be too heavy, and B, give you lead poisoning.
So Calder,
First of all, there's fucking elephant creatures in this. Don't say it's too fucking heavy.
as
We
you
have a creature in there that can't be killed and can grapple a fucking whale if he wants to. Don't tell me it's too fucking heavy.
Fair.
as you cast this spell without meaning to, you catch 2 pings immediately. One of which you get the idea of the direction because you know about how far you are from the Greyborough Tower. It is coming from the top of the tower. The other ping which you have a subconscious urge as you turn your head to see a very familiar human individual holding a black pocket watch make eye contact with you before taking a step back and slipping through a rift that was behind him.
Was that Anton?
No.
No.
A very
Black
familiar
pocket
human
watch.
individual with a black pocket watch in hand
Oh my god.
as he takes a step back and disappears.
You know, my favorite part of these sessions is when there's like, hey, here's a random individual that only Calder knows. Just there to fuck
So-
with
like, I
him.
swear to God, he's like fucking Anakin Skywalker or something.
Yotan
Jesus
was
Christ.
no. You were there
Funny as
for it.
shit.
Yotan was there for this individual.
I had a gut feeling that I was. Oh my God, I was there.
The original party saw this individual, and then those that had joined in later had not been in that situation. But
I thought
yes.
that pocket watch was familiar. I just didn't. I
There's
was like,
there's
I
a reason.
probably don't
There's
know,
a
and
reason
I'm
there hasn't been
headcanoning.
another black pocket watch. Anyway,
Because he is the only one in D&D.
no, because that one is very special, and I'm not going to mention another one.
Fuck you.
I know.
Was
Darlick,
this some random dude
When
from
and where?
Nisselheim or some shit?
This was the very first. All right, can I do a backstory, or are we clinching on time?
you can, if you want to do a quick rundown of what happened.
Backstory time. First session ever. 9 people. It was fucking crazy. Everyone was talking over each other. Calder and every single party member from both parties, plus all the missing people that quit, we go to a cave to look for a dragon. Because the dragon has been missing, and that's a big thing. Dragons provide like energy into the ecosystem type of deal. So
They're
we're looking.
nuclear
No,
reactors.
they were wanting you to go check because if the layer had loot, they wanted to take the loot if there was no dragon.
Yeah.
that was the
So-
purpose.
We went over and checked. Calder first. This is the first time that Calder found the oculi rune. So got that shit tattooed on him. Walked over, and there was a guy basically behind this glass, quote unquote, like magical glass barrier, who had a black pocket watch, and he just snaps his fingers. All of us have visions and go unconscious. All of us have visions of shit in our past and stuff like that, and he vanishes through a very large rift.
So he wasn't behind glass. He was rummaging through a pile of random knickknacks and trinkets, pulled the pocket watch out as you guys entered, saw you, swung the watch at you, causing some sort of energy that knocked you all back, causing you to have flashbacks. And then, as you guys were passing out due to the flashbacks, he ran through a rift that he opened using the pocket watch.
Okay, so can you re-explain that? I'm sorry, my computer blue screened.
No shit. Pretty much.
I texted Evan, but I guess he didn't see it.
We were just talking that the guy, when he knocked you out, he found the pocket watch, knocked you guys out with it, and then ran through a rift while you were being knocked unconscious. And that was the first time you saw him, and he hasn't been mentioned since. And this is the first time he's been re-mentioned. So
fuck you.
Darlick doesn't seem to register that this occurs. As you kind of glance over in that direction, you do notice his eyes kind of dart over that way, almost to check for a moment before looking back to all of you. He says, I was beginning to think that you wouldn't show up.
Sorry, we needed a little rest after an event happened with some witch. Got us a little scraped up, but we also had to talk to the man himself, Greyborough. And not we as in us and him, but us in this party, have come up with some sort of plan that we'd like to offer to you.
I'm listening.
So, Greyborough himself, as you stated, has been ignoring and not taking care of the people in the Outer Ring. And that's something that you'd like to change, correct?
That is a goal, yes.
Well, I was thinking, instead of bringing you guys into power and kicking Greyborough out from whatever means that you guys had in mind, we were thinking that y'all could give us the items that you guys have stolen from him, and we could use that to leverage what you guys need in the government. So instead of taking Graber out of the position that he's in, we try to make him see your ways without killing or stealing or things like that may have more of a immediate response. We were
Yotan kind of
thinking,
like rolls his eyes in fucking annoyance.
You hear from the right a deep chuckle from the individual with the ram's horns, the satyr. You just hear
Mhm.
this deep chuckle and just say, like he'd ever listened to you or one of us.
and that's where the items come in. If he doesn't keep listening, you keep stealing. However you did it, because obviously if you did it once, you could do it again. I'm not doubting you guys' powers as thieves. You guys are very slippery. We've only been able to catch the one of you, and is very, very used loosely. But I feel that if you kept pestering him about this, I you might be able to get what you wanted without having to remove him, as Darlic has mentioned to me before. We don't want to weaken El Moria because of the situation with Sarthstag. That is all I care about.
I see the logic in what you say, but that bridge was burnt quite a long time ago. And we've seen things
Why?
that he does that are not anything that we want to be happening in the city. You ever wonder what
And we
all
should
of
trust you.
those...
Why?
Well, you have no reason to trust me. You only
There
have
you
my
go.
word. And the word is really all that I can give.
The word of a thief and a liar.
Yeah, got him.
You would be surprised on how much truth I actually speak.
I guess we'll never know.
Damn. Bro, flip him over on the other side. You gotta cook him on both sides. You can't just do the one.
I'd like to keep hearing you out.
Have you ever wondered what all of those floors that he has are for in that tower of his?
No.
God damn, dude, just stop.
Now that you mention it, no.
As we partially experienced the first time that we encountered him, thinking that he would just be an easy steal, and we're clearly wrong. He has some terrible things going on in that tower. Things that would make you sick. Just seeing. And that's why we want him to leave.
So that's a reason why you want him to leave? Or is that the true reason why you want him to leave?
It is the part of the whole. Yes, I want to better those in the outer rings of the city. But I also want to stop the things that are happening within that tower.
Are you saying those are connected?
To an extent, yes.
Listen, Garlic, I'm gonna level with you. We previously had to deal with a Frankenstein-like doctor that would make abominations in his time-warped laboratory. I could be lying. You don't fucking know.
Well, then it sounds
We've
like
we've
we've seen
seen
similar
things.
things.
We've seen things. I saw a kobold fused with 12 other kobolds. His name was the Grabber. I can't get him out of my head.
Jesus Christ.
So many hands.
I'll stop Ryan and I'll say, we're just wishing that this was an easier decision for us. On one hand, yes, I'd like to benefit you guys and the people that you're backing. On the other hand, Greyborough has a large impact on how the fights with Sarthag will play out, and I don't want to weaken Elmoria for a Sarthagian invasion.
We've partially put that into account, and based on the numbers that we've watched from his army that have been sent out, I doubt this little uprising would do much.
Little uprising, you're overthrowing the leader. What?
You say little uprising, but the thing is, you say you have someone you want to put in power. Who is this person you have
We have
put in power?
what is essentially a council. People from different rings all working together. People that we've talked to over the year.
So if it's for the people, why aren't the people electing their leaders?
These are people that those who support the things that we've done have chosen, and there are a few that we've chosen ourselves.
So it's not
Damn,
really.
you can
elected by
understand
the
me? What the
people.
fuck?
It's
Oh,
not
shit,
really.
I didn't even
elected
realize
by
it was
the
you that said
people.
that.
It seems like you
Cal
guys
or what-
handpicked these people, but instead of it being elected by the people,
only
it's
in
just
only in the
what you've
beginning.
decided.
You have to select the leaders to start the process. From there,
You mean like what Greyborough did, where he's several generations in leading this city that he built with a quote unquote council that he has picked?
that council doesn't do much. They mainly, based on what I know, but I could, of course, be wrong.
And you want us to believe that yours will? Your handpicked elected officials?
Look, it may be as flawed as every other idea that's out there, but it's better than what Greyborough is doing within that tower.
Which is what? You haven't yet to tell us. He's just gonna shrug his shoulders at them.
I'm just gonna look at Yotan and just be like, I don't fucking know, man. Like,
he just says, he takes a sip from his glass for a moment, pauses, and just says, he has done tests on various people he's gotten his hands on and creatures. One of the previous groups that we actually sent in actually fought one of those entities and were nearly slain by it.
Hey, I just realized something. I'm gonna turn towards Calder and Yotan and do a little group huddle real fast. And just be like, hey, if we sneak into the tower and have evidence of him doing these atrocities and then reveal it to the public, he will have to step down because the people will not stand for it. That's our leverage.
He's not at the whim of the people. He's at the whim of the king. This is his city.
Then we can show it to the king. We can send it to the king.
Will the king care?
No clue, but it's worth a shot.
And how far away is the king? I'm just gonna be like groaning at them. Can Orion understand me?
Yeah. Can I understand him?
Has he been around me enough yet?
I feel like he could get the gist, but it wouldn't be like a perfect translation. Like, for some reason, the word butter came in there for some reason, something like that.
Listen, I don't know what cake you're cooking over there, Yotan, but if we reveal this to the king, he might actually not stand for it.
Will the toast even care?
Will the toast even care? Listen, I like burnt bread as much as the next guy. Who knows?
This is a great conversation.
Is toast like invented at this point?
Toast is invented.
It's
when was toast invented?
It's literally cooked bread. What are you talking about? Like,
but when was it invented?
When people learned that you could put fire onto toast or onto bread and make toast?
I hate that
Yeah,
question.
but like when?
I hate this question so much.
I'm about to fucking look
There
this
are
up.
stupid questions, just letting you know. And that is one of
500
them.
BC.
You looked it up. 500 BC is when toast was invented.
500 BC.
That's amazing. Now we know.
Or actually, no. There's a whole history of toast, and it's very differing opinions apparently.
Keep your discussion. I'm walking away for just a moment. Keep your discussion. Talk to each other. Make your plan.
Yeah, we need to figure out what we're gonna do.
I mean, I think if we infiltrate the tower and bring back evidence of all the experiments he's doing, take it to the king or threaten to expose it to the king, to Greyborough, Greyborough might actually have a change of heart and start doing things better.
Guys, I'm gonna tell you something really cool real quick. I got these 2 new fish. They're called weatherfish, and they swim around and freak out whenever it's about to rain because they can sense the low pressure, and they are freaking the fuck out right now.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's raining. It is currently raining.
Interesting. Maybe that's why my foot was hurting earlier.
Apparently, they used to keep them in jars. All right, let's continue.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, for them, but
Yeah.
apparently they're super friendly. Like if I put my hands in there enough, they'll come up and like kiss my hand.
That's adorable.
They're actually
Aw.
eating
Yeah.
your flesh. You just don't know it.
They're actually I'm pretty sure they're actually the oldest domesticated fish, or like, yeah.
Why use a fish
mean,
when
if
you have
I
a back
was-
that'll tell you when the rain's coming because you have dirt damage?
Yeah. But I mean, imagine you're like some random dude in the ancient world, and you just look over at this fish and say, "Damn, this fish going crazy!" And then hurricanes the next day. You're like, "Yo, he knows something."
This fish kind of wild. All right, continue your talk about Kellic. Darlick is just watching as he's slowly sipping from his glass. The others that you've now all kind of learned to notice because they've all begun to shift around, kind of changing their positions in the shadows.
Oh, one more thing. They can survive 12 hours out of the tank.
Yo, that's cool.
Yeah, they can breathe air, kinda.
Kinda.
They were meant to survive. Anyway, I'm suggesting we sneak into Greyborough Tower and try to find something and expose him. That way we don't have to worry about overthrowing a government that also supplies the king with, resources to fight off another army.
Right.
I don't know, Calder, what do you think?
Do you think the king would lose support of Greyborough City if Greyborough was removed? I don't think so, because the king doesn't really only cares for the army. I know he'd rather prefer Greyborough be around or in charge or whatever, but he only really needs his army, right?
Yeah, what exactly does Greyborough provide the king? Is it just people, or is it also like resources?
I'm pretty sure those experiments have something to do with it. I just don't know.
And these experiments are no joke.
So either we destabilize the army's or the army's resources and weaken their chances against Sarthstag, or we leave them be. That's our current,
I'll just
stance.
ask Darlick. Calder will go, Darlick, what is your plan if we don't agree to your decision?
Then we continue with the plan that we had that we're not going to share. Mainly because we
What?
don't
I
need
thought
anyone
villains
getting in
loved
the way of
monologuing.
this plan. And as he kind of says that, you notice that Kit kind of steps into view and he kind of crouches down and they do a small exchange between each other. Darlick nods once or twice before Kit kind of steps back and returns back to his spot in the shadows.
I just realized I've been spelling his name wrong.
Darlick?
Yeah, I kept on writing garlic.
Yeah, I know, and I thought that was a joke, and I was just kind of letting it go. But
fuck. I'll say, man, I just
Wait,
don't know what to do.
wait, Calder. We have it in with the prince, right? He trusts us. He trusts our judgment. If we tell the prince what's going on, he might also help us.
But that's a lot of traveling.
I know it's a lot of traveling, but I really don't know if, toppling Greybarl is going to be super easy.
Well, they said they already have a plan, whether that be bluffing or not.
They're bluffing easily.
I
They,
don't.
they
They
already
are.
mentioned that it was more difficult than they thought. If they had a plan to overthrow him, he probably would have already done it. They wouldn't be
That's
asking
because
for our help.
we're here. That's just because
Yeah.
we're here.
So either they're asking us to stand aside and not do anything, which, not a terrible idea. We could just be like, oh, he slipped out of our fingers again. I'm gonna let you decide, Calder.
Fuck! Why?
Because I've already given my opinion. I feel like we can do about this dirty politics wise and expose him for his dirty secrets, and maybe the public outcry will, influence him. But if the king already knows about this and is benefiting from it, there's not really much we can do. This goes all the way to the top. And either we're toppling a king in our own country and then getting invaded by a foreign country. It's kind of a lose-lose for us.
Yeah. Okay. I'll ask Darlick one last thing. I'll be like, one last thing before I give you my decision. What items did you all take from Greyborough's tower?
oh, there's a number of them. Some we keep on us close. Others we've sold and or given to those who could use them correctly.
Based off your judgment.
Well, some of which were adventurers who have gone out and vanquished creatures demolishing towns and things of that nature.
I mean, do you have an artifact for us?
Well, we haven't built a relationship. These people I've known
That'd
for
be a
quite
pretty
some
good way
time.
to start.
Well, this is a place to start such a thing.
Pretty big ask, if you're asking me.
That is
Okay,
true.
Darlick. We've made the decision. I've made my decision. And seems like the party trusts me with what I think. So, I will give you one whole month. We will leave without a trace, not bother you for your plan. We will give you 1 month. If we return to Greyborough and it is worse off than when Greyborough himself was here, we will simply just overthrow you, overthrow whoever you've put in by whatever means necessary, and put Greyborough back in. If it is better or equal to when Greyborough was here, we will leave you alone. We'll go off on our own ways. We'll return whenever we need to, whenever we have to, and that will be that. I just pray that your people that you're about to put into this office can do good within a month.
Well, I'm glad you came to that decision. And as he says that, you watch as he sets down the glass on the little table in the center of the space, kind of snaps a finger before, uh, from the direction of Kit, a small raven kind of comes forward with a scroll of parchment in hand. which he then pulls from the raven's talons before it kind of goes back into the dark. And he unrolls it before biting into his thumb and pressing it down onto the paper, and then turning it over and sliding it across the table. He just says, then we've come to an agreement. I just need a small bit of blood so that we can confirm that this will be the way that it is.
Ooh. This seems
There's
shady.
there's no magic involved. This is simply just our way of signing contracts.
I'll read the contract. Does it just say that basically the decision has been made that we'll come back in a month, basically?
It's simply yeah, like it has basically what has been said. Someone has been writing stuff down in the back without you knowing.
Fucking stenographer.
And you see at the bottom there is a space for what looks to be multiple blood prints that can be put onto the paper. Which you've never been in any kind of thieves guild, so you don't know if this is common or not. But as he pushes this forward, as he pushes it forward, you watch as he kind of pulls a cloth from his pocket and wraps his thumb up and kind of holds it to stop whatever bleeding he's caused by biting into his own thumb.
I'll reach into my backpack and I'll take out my little knife, my letter opener, basically. I'll slice my thumb and I'll say, mine should be enough to vouch for the rest of the party. And I'll smear my print across the spot for like more than just one person.
He gives you a nod, and you watch as two of the others kind of make their way over in his direction and kind of go off behind him somewhere. The satyr kind of stays there, his arms crossed as he's just watching you. Darlick steps forward and picks up the parchment and just says, well, I'm glad that we could come to a mutual agreement.
Us as well. We will try to stay in contact before we come back. If anything happens, anything in the news reaches us, we'll be on our way.
I expect nothing less. And when you go, tell Anton I said hi. And he just turns and walks off into the dark as he kind of rolls up the scroll and disappears.
Beat me to the punch. I was gonna leave and be like, Anton sends his worst wishes. God damn you.
You just go, tell him yourself.
I had this.
Pulls out gun.
I had it written down as a potential line.
I'll just retort and be like, he really does not like you, so I won't be. I hate seeing him mad as I just like walk out and leave the party.
He just leaves us.
The two of you are just standing there.
I'm gonna head to Greyborough Tower to investigate the rift.
I'm gonna go become Jack the Ripper.
Okay, you go.
I'm so sick of no action. I'm just gonna become a sick fuck.
So you can identify. So the spell allows you to kind of get an idea of what the thing you're pinging is. It is not a rift you're getting. It seems to be an excessive amount of power that you're getting.
Oh, Evan, are you exploring Greyborough Tower?
I'm just going up to it. I don't think we can get in.
I'll go with you.
But you do get there. There is a high power that seems to be near the top of the tower. A very excessive amount of power.
I'll just tell Orion to fly up there, and if he can carry me, then awesome. If he can't, then just fly up and let me know what he sees.
He would require to make a strength check. You're not that heavy, but it would still be a strength check.
Okay, hold on, wait. I think I have a cantrip for this. Just give me a sec. I'm still writing.
If he knew polymorph, he could polymorph you, but I don't know if he knows polymorph.
I can't polymorph people.
If you have the spell, you can. You can't wild shape people. You can polymorph them.
Ooh. I can.
If you do it though, you drop the one spell because it just got you. I think it is it listed as concentration, or is it just a permanent thing? I can't remember the own spell that I made.
What?
Is locate anomaly concentration?
Yes.
Okay, then you can't because you
Well,
would be dropping it for polymorph.
can I tell you the funniest thing?
Yes.
I just rolled my d20 to do the strength check. It's a +1. I got a 21, which means I got a nat 20.
Yeah, you could definitely you find some strength and you pick him up.
Poggers.
You both fly up
Fuck!
to the top of the tower, which takes a lot out of Orion, but he's keeping strong. You do get to the top. The only thing you can see slightly through the windows, because they're a little hard to see through, you just see the movement of an individual inside, which seems to be matching the position of the ping that you're getting.
So it's not a
You
something.
do
or-
recognize the outline that you are seeing. You do see a set of 3 heads.
So wait, did you
Moving
just fly
around.
Calder up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just standing on the ground watching you guys, I'm guessing.
Yeah. There's not
I'm-
much else you can do.
How
I'm gonna
far
go
away
I'm gonna
are
go
we
look
from the
around
glass?
for stuff. Or wait, yeah, I'm gonna just go look around for stuff. Fuck these guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna have my own adventure.
Wait,
But
wait. I feel like okay.
How far away are we from the glass?
roughly 15 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna get my dragon shard to knock and then just wave as we fly back down.
You do get the attention of the individual who looks at you and only one head turning.
Kind of wave and smile, be like, "You're kind of not supposed to be there." On like look on my face.
Wait, I have a crazy, insane theory. Can I share this with Calder?
Yes. While you guys are
Sure.
going down, you could share it.
So, Calder, you had mentioned that one of your first adventures was exploring a abandoned dragon lair, correct?
Yes.
And dragons are of immense power. Well, Callista has 3 dragon heads. Is that 3 dragons fused together? And that's why it's an anomaly?
It's like how dragonborns aren't full dragons because they're part human. They give up some of that power. So while she probably has more power than a normal dragonborn, she doesn't have as much power as, like, say, a young or a matured dragon.
But she is the source of the anomaly.
Yes, which means she just teleported in there.
Oh no. This has been a consistent ping on her,
Yeah.
and it's been a consistent ping within that tower.
So she's giving off, like, she's radiating power.
And you do end up landing on the ground as you guys are talking. What are you guys doing on the ground once you are you just kind of sitting in front of the tower talking?
I guess for now.
Yeah, I want to go back to the center to find.
How long do you think you're sitting in front of the tower?
Probably like
roughly?
5 minutes max.
Yeah, not that much.
Roughly around the 5-minute mark. I wanted to see how long you were saying you're going to stand there. She does make an appearance at the front doors of the tower. She steps out in a sort of formal dress of some sort. Kind of stepping out and just says, I didn't expect to see you so close to the top floors of the tower.
Well, yeah, Calder said he wanted to do some sightseeing, so I was going to fly him around. You know, Greybrow Tower is kind of a tourist spot, so, you know, I just want to, you know, take him to my level, you know? Whole new world style.
God damn it! You beat me to it. I was gonna say to her, with you producing that much energy, you really wouldn't think that anyone could pick up on that. Like
a moth to a flame.
Of course, I had to check it out.
You
Just
see,
didn't realize it was you.
all 3 of the heads, for the first time that you've ever noticed, all focus on you, Calder.
Bro, I
And
fucked up.
they all smile at the same time, and she
No,
just
they
says,
remember she likes to. Oh wait, no, you weren't there. Never
She
mind.
just says, You're probably one of the third who's noticed such energy that is produced by me.
Of course, that ass. Come on, girl. No.
I really want a metagame right now, but I really shouldn't.
What were you gonna metagame?
I was gonna be like, you got that power from Rat Dog, you dirty bitch.
She says, I bet you have so many questions about how or why I produce such an aura. Being
Well,
a
of
man of
course.
arcana and science yourself. Similar to that of Greyborough.
Of course I am. It's just, up to you how much you want to tell me.
I am a naturally curious nature. Calder's fucking nerdy ass.
To be
Studious. It's full
honest,
studious.
I do not truly understand where my own abilities come from, but it's been thought that I might possibly inherit some of the abilities of some higher being. One in particular is a theory that I'm most fond of, but that I managed to manifest some of the abilities of Tiamat.
Wow. Okay.
And you see, as she says that, every single eye on her, like each of the heads, their eyes like flicker for a moment, like get brighter for like a moment, and then kind of go back to their normal shade. She says, it would make the most sense considering my love for chaos.
That's a large name that you're throwing around pretty easily. Seems you have some knowledge of them, so I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, spreading news of such makes things a little more interesting.
Hmm. Well, it's getting late, so you can continue whatever you were doing, and I will see you later, whether it be tomorrow or the next.
Of course.
And I'll walk towards the center after giving her like a slight nod for a good night.
Give her a kiss on the cheek.
Which cheek?
All of them.
All of it. It just goes one by one, just slow.
All 5 of them.
There's only 3.
Oh, no, she's got 2 more.
She's got. Oh. That was some pretty good timing on that. That's really funny.
I think you had timed it pretty well.
Okay.
Wasn't my fault at all.
As you all are walking away, Yotan, you're the only one that kind of noticed this.
Yeah, no shit.
Roughly
No,
about.
I'm kidding.
Once you're about probably 70, 80 feet away from her, you do notice, Yotan, you do notice one of the heads turn towards an alleyway before she begins to make her way towards it, and kind of slips into it as you guys are walking off.
Flips into it like a fucking ninja?
As in just kind of, she disappears into the alleyway.
I'm gonna follow her.
Roll a stealth check?
I'm not trying to be stealthy. I don't give a shit.
You're not trying to be stealthy? Okay.
I mean, I'll roll it since you told me to. There
yeah,
you go.
Wait, so would we notice?
I am the sneakiest Goliath you have ever seen in your life.
What'd you roll?
An 18.
Not the stealthiest I've ever seen, but that's pretty stealthy. Let me do some.
That's not as good as Rat Dog being in a trash can sneaking around a city.
I am literally 10 feet tall. I do not want to hear jack shit from any of you.
You're just a lamppost.
That's pretty funny. Rat Dog was pretty sneaky though. You were rolling like nat 20s on like 3 of the checks.
Yeah, dude was walking around like Snake from Metal Gear Solid with the box.
That's fantastic.
So you kind of quietly go over to this alleyway and you kind of peek around. You see her speaking with an individual at the other end, and as they're in a hushed kind of tone, and the words you're hearing aren't common, but they don't make sense the way that they're coming out. The order seems odd, and some of the phrases they're saying between each other don't seem to match up. And as you're kind of sitting there, you do kind of get a glimpse for a moment that one of the heads glances back for a moment but doesn't react. How long are you planning to stand there? As these two individuals talk, as Callista and a individual that's just out of your eyesight is speaking.
I just imagine Yotan standing in the middle of the road, like, "Mom, I threw up."
I'm just gonna listen in until they stop talking or notice me, honestly.
Okay.
Give me more
The
information.
conversation goes for about 3 or so minutes. None of it you really understand due to, like, you understand words in it, but, like, the words don't, as I was saying, they don't match up, and the statements made don't make any sense. Before the individual, she seemed, as Callista kind of turns in your direction to, like, leave, she seems a little irritated. As the other, as the other individual just kind of steps towards a very dark shadow within the alleyway and seems to just vanish.
Oh, I thought she was agitated with me.
No. She's agitated by something that was in the conversation, and she makes her way past you. One of the heads kind of gives you a slight acknowledgement, but she seems to be very irritated about something as she moves towards the tower.
Wait, before she leaves, can I not like try and get her attention, or since she clearly knows? Yeah, yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like
What are you
I'm
gonna do?
gonna
Talk to her?
yeah, essentially. Well, she can mostly understand me actually.
She would be one that would be able to understand you, considering the amount of things that she can understand. Yes.
Awesome. So I'm just basically questioning what the fuck was that?
It was a personal matter.
Lover.
Oh, you're not gonna elaborate?
It was personal.
Can I roll an intimidation check?
You can certainly try. You can certainly try.
It was only a 15.
One of the heads seems slightly amused by this attempt. The other two seem more irritated than they were before.
Bitch, I do not give a fuck. I do not care if you're angry. What are you doing? You're clearly conspiring against us here or something, or else this would not be an issue of you telling me.
Eats him alive.
Sorry, I can hit you with logic.
She just says, "It is something between me and the individual I was speaking to. It is nothing to do with Greyborough or anyone else."
I may not be able to intimidate you, but I bet I can go intimidate that bitch over there. So do I need to go talk to her, or are you just going to tell me? Her or him, or are you just going to tell me?
Good luck trying to find them. She's going to head to the tower, and you do look over the alleyway. The individual's not there anymore.
Oh, yeah, no shit, she's not there anymore. If she stepped into a shadow, she's just going to disappear, but it was more an empty threat.
She kind of...
That 15 really helped her.
I don't even think I could have... Even if I rolled a nat 20, he would have come up with something. Like, probably. She's not intimidated in the slightest. Yeah.
One of her heads is scared. The other two don't give a fuck.
You never know. You had to roll a natural 20 to find out. Anyways, but she walks over to the tower and you watch as she goes inside and disappears out of sight.
I don't know. Maybe he's right. A 28 in intimidation would be pretty fucking high.
I'll be honest, you probably would have gotten something. It probably wouldn't have been what you wanted, but it would have been something.
Okay.
But
I'll take that. I'll take my consolation prize and get out of here.
I'll take my pack of Skittles and leave.
Yeah.
Skittles.
All right, so
I'll take my participation award and be on my way.
Yeah, just a piece of paper that says I was there.
I tried scaring a dragon.
I'm just gonna walk
goddess.
back towards them and point out that she was doing something shady with an individual that I could not see and disappeared into the shadows.
Okay.
Do you think that one of the thieves are a double agent and is working for Greyborough's wife thing?
Good boo thing.
Little boo thing. Or do you think that she is double crossing Greyborough working with them and maybe is the leader, is they're like the puppeteer behind the whole thing to begin with?
Oh shit! She did
Oh my
say she
God,
liked
what? She's
chaos.
putting herself in power.
She said she did like chaos.
This is me. This is Yotan just frantically putting things together, even though he's just not
He's-
too dumb to figure this out.
They're just watching
I just
him
imagine
throw
that
his hands
scene.
around.
I just imagine that scene from Always Sunny where you like go to this room and fucking Charlie Day has like a fucking red line over everything. And he's like, ugh.
Yeah,
Can I
you
have a
could-
seizure? Like a small seizure?
Sure.
No, I'm dead serious because like
Performance
this level of thinking, I feel like would be too out of his realm without him like collapsing in some way.
I'm gonna say this: you probably would like get a splitting headache, and kind of like, if you wanted it to be enough to like fall to one knee type thing and like grabbing at your head like it's splitting,
No, I mean,
or just like
No.
you're just kind of like
yeah.
almost stun locked by a headache, where it's just like you're standing there with your hands on your head,
He
trying
just
to
starts screaming just at the top of his lungs, just an uninterrupted like 30-second scream.
just ah!
no, your mouth's just open but no sounds coming out.
No, that's the first sound he makes. There's a scream.
He hasn't made a sound the entire time. Now he screams.
I mean, think about it. He's thinking for the first. He's actually independently thinking for the first time
Detroit
Look,
becoming
Calder,
human.
his synapses are firing.
since he was revived.
Yeah.
Since he actually no, not since he was revived, since he was given that vision.
Yes. Yeah, the first
So-
vision that triggered your, I guess, your humanity instead of being a drone. So yeah.
Cool. All right, I got a headache.
Yeah.
But I guess
Yotan
I'll
has a
pass.
headache, and he's trying to tell you guys stuff frantically, and it's taking a really long time.
Yotan's heart grew 3 times that day.
It's pretty funny.
It's pretty
Thank you.
good stuff. I'd give you a high five, but I'm not there.
I'm a pretty funny guy, what can I say?
That's comedy.
The fucking peak of comedy. All right. You all intervene back at the center, gathering in for the night, taking your rest. Let me check my notes
Long
real
rest?
quick. Poggers, my guy? That's fucking crazy.
Long rest.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yes, you guys will take a. You guys are going. Yeah, you did take your long rest. So you guys gather up for the night, take a long rest, a well-deserved long rest at that.
Fuck yeah,
It's been
baby.
quite. You've had quite the day.
And we wake up tied, hands tied together, captured by Callista. She's
Yeah.
whipping us.
You know too much. No. No. You all wake up the next morning.
Can I check my
Oh.
inventory?
It's still there.
Just making sure.
You all gather the next morning, though, and a little stiff from the fighting, especially Calder, actually, is really the only one who's stiff from the fighting due to being bitten into by
Dying.
a friend and dying, almost.
You know what's hilarious? That whole fight, I didn't take a single hit.
He was going feral, and when you go feral, you'd go for the closest target, and it just happened to be
That's
Calder.
funny.
Hell yeah, it was.
Hey, you did the same thing
Wow.
Trinket does with the other party, where she's just too close to the fight, and she's like, "Oh shit, I don't have any health," and then she's down.
Oh look, my health bar. It's missing.
How did I get in the negatives?
That number shouldn't have a minus in front of it.
What's this bright light?
Is that God? But you all wake up the next morning, gathering together. What would you like to do on this fine morning?
I wanted to try and find Aurora.
Okay. She's not hard to find this morning, as you all end up waking up at a decent time, and she actually ends up coming down after you all are in the lobby for a period. She seems to be coming down a pack on her back, and you do notice that she seems to have a few bags of holding that are attached around her belt. She seems to be making her way down with her key in hand for her room.
I'll stop her and be like, "Are you leaving the center?"
For a bit. I was summoned elsewhere. That someone needs some things done, some things delivered.
I see. Well, I hope to see you again. I was wishing we could talk a little more, but work has been making me very busy.
I love you, Aurora.
I just wish to find more about that tattoo gun that you have, or that rune inscriber you have. They wouldn't know what tattoo guns are.
Well,
But
if you're looking for where I'll be going towards Red Hill.
Wait, why did we not ask what do we get out of doing any of this shit?
Aurora will
Why?
be
What
heading
is our
to
motivation?
Red Helm?
Red Hill.
No, I'm
Right.
saying, what is our motivation to help the Grey Borough like?
He was going to give us money.
Okay, I'm down.
We're not helping him anymore, though. We're leaving.
Yeah, but if they,
But
you
that's
know,
what I
if
was
the
saying. Why
black
didn't
guy,
we ask the thieves that? What's our motive? Like, why would we help you?
Well, would
That's
we
what
help
I
the
said.
thieves?
I said, how can we trust them if they're like because of their motivation?
Oh, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, what do we get out of it?
A piece
Caleb's
of
asking for money
Yeah.
instead of a moral dilemma.
All I'm saying is, you make some expensive ass shit, and we do not have enough money to afford it.
Damn. You're right.
Asked Darlick, "Hey, can you buy me this set of armor from Reginald? Because that shit was bussin', but
Well, we can always just come back whenever we need to come back after a month and just be like, all right, cool. Now pay us for leaving. So,
and then we get jumped and killed."
yeah.
So Aurora on the same page says, "I'll be in Red Hill."
Well,
The
I might
quarters
be
have a
able to
few
see
things
you.
that they need me to bring to them, and a few enchantments they want me to try to make an attempt on with some of their golems and mining equipment.
Well, good luck with that and safe travels. Hopefully, no more chain devils.
There shouldn't be another. Hopefully. She kind of gives you a nod.
There
and
actually
kinda,
is a chain devil in Greyborough Tower. His name is Steven. He's only there on weekends.
He's actually really chill. He really likes Monopoly.
Listens to Sum 41.
And Sometimes Coldplay as well.
Jesus.
Just picturing
But,
this chain devil, but he like wears like glasses, and you find him like in a study reading a book. Like he just seems like a dad.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's called the Chain Devil. I'm called the Leather Devil.
This sounds like a sex term. I hate this.
It
It
is.
Okay.
most definitely is.
Just wanted to make sure. But she gives you like a nod and goes over to the counter, and you see as she places the key onto the counter before pulling out a gold pouch, and you see her put roughly 10 platinum pieces onto the counter before making her way towards the door.
Mhm.
Who's that?
Sorry, I was moving. Okay.
He's watching his love disappear. I'm just kidding.
Now, I'm looking at the map to see where we go.
Red Hill is to the northwest.
Yeah, northwest. We could go to Springfield again, or we can see what the jungle has or the desert has. I would rather not go to the desert, because that shit's not bussin'.
You do also still have your thing with
Bus.
Anton, you know. You did
Yeah,
remember
I
that, right?
know.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell the party, to just try to close up any loose ends here. I'm gonna give my hat. I need to
Oh
return
yeah,
the hat.
the hat that we did not use.
Yeah, the hat that we could theoretically just steal, but
Yeah, how's he gonna find you? You're disguised.
true. Hmm. Do we want to just take the hat or leave it?
Might be useful.
Okay, we'll just keep it then.
Just say we're knee deep in incognito looking for the blackjacks if he ever asks for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually got a tip that we have to go to Springfield. So
Illinois.
yes.
This is like the third time this joke has been made.
Okay, I'm
Third
gonna
time's a
just
charm.
let the party know I have some business to attend to. If they want to shop for the day before leaving, we should try and leave our hotel by the night after checking on Kellic.
I was
Which
just about to say
they did
go check
say
on
that he
Kelly.
would be good in the morning to leave.
Okay. Yeah, if they want to go get Kellic, I'll pay for the room, both of our rooms, and also the I need to go do something, so I'll meet up with them outside of the gate.
Okay. So it's 4 gold pieces for the rooms because you
Okay.
had been there a little bit longer. Wait, no, you paid for a week, didn't you?
We paid in advance for like a night or two.
No, then you would be fine. You actually would have. Yeah, the gold piece would have covered everything. I think for both rooms.
All right, I'm
It
adding
was.
4 back then.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah. So we're gonna go to the people going to get Kellic first.
All right, good,
So
because I have to pee. I'll be
okay,
back.
perfect timing. You all head to the temple, where as you guys arrive, one of the clerics within the temple kind of comes out and says, uh, "You you seem to have perfect timing coming. Your friend has just woken up. Come, I'll show you to where we've been keeping him." They kind of lead you in, uh, past several kind of small living chambers that are along the side of this temple. Before showing you to a room, the doors open and you can see inside Kellic sitting on the edge of the bed, kind of staring into the middle distance with a hand gently rubbing the large burn scar on his chest as he is deep in thought.
Hey, buddy. hell you doing?
He jumps slightly as he comes back and just says, "I'm fine. I'm having a
Looking a very live, looking a very alive. That's good.
yes. Apparently, I was killed. My memory's a bit fuzzy. I don't remember what happened.
Uh, I don't know if I would say killed. You were briefly unalive, but that's not the same
The only thing I remember was seeing her eyes. He kind of, for a moment, kind of loses himself in thought again and just says, "And then I saw Calder hitting me with a spell of some sort, and everything went dark."
Yeah, the tabaxi kind of charmed you, and you kind of snapped at us. Then you went feral and almost killed Calder, and then he was brought back, and then he got some knife shots on you, and then you kind of you know died.
And kind of nods a few times, just kind of staring in the middle distance again before getting up and beginning to don his armor again, uh, gathering his things that had been with him at the time, and just quietly just turns to all of you, the two of you, and just says, "So, what is the plan now?"
Well, Calder's currently tying up loose ends. We're gonna probably do maybe a bit of shopping, and then we're probably gonna leave the city. I think it's a lot you missed, so probably catch you up when we're not in town.
Fair enough. I guess lead the way then.
I guess I'll head to the gate and wait for Calder.
Okay. And while that's happening, Calder! Better not still be in the bathroom, motherfucker.
I'm here.
Alright, what is it that you wish to do while the rest of the party went to go check on Calic?
Go somewhere and just literally be like,
I'll follow.
"Oh, Anton." No, I'll just like go somewhere kind of secluded, take a seat, and just wait for him to show up.
You don't wait too long.
And I
There's
wonder
a
why.
moment you kind of glance over towards a little dark part of this alleyway that you're sitting in, and you glance away, and the hairs on the back of your neck just all at once stand up, and you turn back, and he is standing there, hood still up, kind of standing in the shadow that you had seen. He says,
Oh.
"I assume that you got what you were supposed to get."
I'll go ahead and just pull it out of my bag.
And you see from under the cloak a pair of the yellow eyes kind of flash for a moment, almost sense of excitement. And he steps forward and reaches for it, takes it, and he slowly like looks over the mirror, kind of rubbing a hand over it and everything. He says, "This almost doesn't feel real. I didn't think I would get my hands on this." He
Well, I hope it is real.
I'm going to apologize real quick because of something that you told me before. This character was made a long time ago. Don't get mad at me. He pulls his hood off. He is also a
Hold on.
Lupin. You see a black Lupin, pitch black, like fur is pitch black. The yellow eyes kind of looking over the cloak, or not cloak, the mirror, and a very large smile on his face. He says,
Mm-hmm.
"I'm finally going to be able to get him back." He's just kind of staring at the mirror for a moment. Like a minute or two passes. before he kind of looks back to you and he says, "I'm sure you have so many questions for me now. Now that you've seen my face."
Fuck, I'm drawing a blank. God
Are
damn
you related to Darlic?
I'll actually ask him two things. I'll ask him, for one, what do I need to do, and what will I get in return for helping you for this? And two, do you have any information on a man with a black pocket watch?
The latter of the two, I would have to say that I know nothing about. Mainly because I have not seen too many individuals with a black pocket watch. You said.
Yeah, trust me, you'll remember it if you ever see it.
I can't say that it jogs any memories, but all that I need from you, and what you will get in return, is once your friends have arrived, we will be transversing into the mirror to retrieve a friend of mine. And then in return, once we get out, you can have the mirror.
I see. Well, I completely blanked on asking them to come with me. So let me go grab them. If you wish to follow, whether it be invisible or not, we'll go outside the gate of the city. Because I don't think we want to show our faces around here soon. And I'll
All
just
right.
kind of sit up, brush myself off, and start walking.
He throws his hood up and begins to follow behind you or beside you. And you do notice as he puts the hood up, it begins to actually do that shifting thing that you'd seen before, where it almost it's like displacement. He seems displaced, and it's strange, but by this point, it seems normal.
Well, yeah. Okay. And I guess I'll just meet up with the party and then go outside the city. Um, Once we meet up at the gate, we need to grab our cart, right? The horse
Yes,
and carriage.
yes.
Okay.
Um,
I guess we'll go ahead and grab that, and then which side of the city do you want to put us on,
you would
Tyler?
be to the probably the northern side, because that's where you would
Okay.
have dropped off the cart.
Entered from. Right. Yeah.
Um, I will say though, as you guys, as you near the edge of the city or whatever, he says, um, if you want, we could do our little exploration here. I just require a wall that I can mount it on so we can enter. And some time will pass while we are in the mirror. Um, if my memory serves me correct, time's a bit strange within the mirror.
I see. Well, I do believe we should try to keep at least one person staying watch. I guess Kosho will do for that.
I mean, right here.
No, I want you to help fight. I want Kosho or Kellic to watch. Well, it works because Kosho's haha not here.
Oh, I thought you
Well,
said something
so
else. My bad.
No.
this would be the next session that we would be going into the art and the mirror.
Yeah,
So,
that's fine.
hopefully he's here because I have stuff written for him. But
We can make plans for
We could
going out.
just put
yeah,
We could just have Calic stand guard because he's still kind of,
That's fine.
recovering.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not eager for battle.
What my plan was is to just get in the carriage and have the person kind of drive around, go to a different city while we do this, and just have the
The mirror and the
mirror
perception, yeah.
posted up in the carriage, like hung up on the tarp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I guess You can talk about that with Kellic, because he's probably the one to probably do that with.
Okay.
Is Kellic now scared of Calder?
Actually, let's do the part where you guys actually come together. So, the three of
Okay.
you, Yotan, Orion, and Kellic, find Calder in the outer ring of the city. And you do notice there is a slight pause that Kellic seems to do when he sees Calder. Almost stutter stepping for a moment as his
Getting
and then
something in between us.
his gaze kind of drops to the ground, as if he's trying not to look at Calder. And he's just kind of quietly he kind of drops back behind Yotan a little bit and kind of follows the group quietly.
Nice going, Calder.
I'll catch up.
Scared him.
Good to see that you're doing better, Kellic. I'm deeply, deeply, deeply sorry about what happened. I kind of lost control of that last attack trying to get you back and dealt a little bit too much to you, but luckily you're still with us, so.
He kind of gives you a very, not quite timid, but it almost seems like it, nod.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of keeps looking at the ground a little bit before reaching into his the bag of holding that he has on him and begins to mess with something in his hands for a moment before you do notice he's kind of crafted up a little. Well, we're gonna call it a blunt because it's a blunt.
A friendship bracelet. No, it's a blunt.
And he begins to, with his what is it? But tinderbox lights it and is kind of.
Can I actually hold out my thumb that has a fire on it because I can use control flames as a cantrip?
Yes, you can. So yeah, he instead, as he goes for his tinderbox, he sees you do this, and he just kind of accepts the flame and begins to enjoy his.
Literally a fire ganassi. Like, what?
I could do it, but I don't think you would accept me.
Things happened. People got hurt. It's fine.
Basically, he's like, yeah, I'll use magic to like whimsically like light his thing, and then we literally have a living fire walking around with us. Like, what? It's just funny as all.
All right. But you all, the other two of you notice that Calder is standing with a hooded figure who is hiding his face.
Hey, buddy, who's your friend here?
I was like, oh, right. I don't believe you guys have met this man. You can just call him A for now. I don't believe his name is in, should be spoken. So, he is one of the people that I required and helped me get something from Darlic. Well, no, they would know his name because Darlic said it on the way out. I'll just say this is Anton. He was the person that Darlic had mentioned. Darlic, this is Ryan, Jotun, Kellic, and Kosha somewhere around here. He just disappears every now and again. But this is the group that you've obviously been watching. He was the person that wrote me letters that were driving me mad.
Oh, that's your pen pal.
You can
That's your
call it
secret gay lover.
You can also call it that.
The shadows that are kind of covering his face kind of disappearing. You all now see his face, and he's just kind of looking over each of you, kind of probably evaluating worth to a party. some sort of
We're
like.
like the most ragtag of ragtag.
You guys are like it's some your strange motley crew of like individuals.
I'll just continue saying, he needs help with something, and will reward us for helping him. And
What's the reward?
I'll pull out the
He has the
The
mirror.
mirror.
He pulls out the mirror because you gave it to him. So he pulls out the
Oh,
mirror.
right.
He says,
Yeah.
"Well, this is what we agreed on, me. And then, of course, anything else that we find within the mirror. I don't care for any of this stuff within, except for the individual that I'm trying to get out."
I'll just look over and say, pocket dimension to save explanation, and then we'll continue with getting the cart, I guess, and then I guess we're stopping the session early, aren't we?
No, this is about on time. Actually, it's a tiny bit early, but it's about on time.
Mm.
So you all get the cart. It's about 2 gold pieces to get the cart, like, taken out because you had to pay. You paid like a check-in price, and then it was like however long it was there. And there's 2 gold pieces is the amount of time that it would have worth of time. So whoever wants to give up 2 gold pieces for the cart,
I will.
and Anton leads you all kind of to this alleyway off to the side, and he kind of turns to you, Calder, and says, or kind of turns to the group in total and just says, "So which one of you would like to wait out here? Technically, we don't need anyone to, but who would be the one who would stay out if we wanted someone to?"
Well, Kellic is still recovering, so I don't believe combat would be the best in his interest. Other than
Oh,
him,
now you're looking out for his best interest? Wow. What a
listen,
hero.
I'll try, okay? But I'll say Kellic can, but he is a great duelist. Kosho would probably be a little bit more useful with his spiritualistic abilities inside of the area if we run upon anything. So Orion's flight beat is too useful, and me and Jotun can't really stay on his own without, for lack of better terms, a
You're
babysitter.
goddamn right. You better keep a close eye on me.
He's a psychopath.
man at
He's
any
just waiting to
time-
crack.
This man at any
Yes.
time is just gonna become Jack the Ripper
Yeah.
by ripping people in half.
Kellic just kind of gives a nod and just says, "Yeah, I'll stay out here. I'll keep a watch." He kind of still sitting there in the cart, kind of puffing
So
away.
are we gonna Super Mario into this mirror?
And on that note, as you guys all get into this alleyway and are preparing while Kellic is sitting by the cart, we're going to end tonight's episode. You will get combat next session, Yotan. I will assure you of that. This was a puzzle thing that like could have ended up in combat, and I greatly enjoyed these last 3 sessions of this. I hope you guys did. Clearly Caleb was indifferent and irritable at times. But
me.
yeah. Where's my blood? Where's my gore? I need fighting. But on that note too, guess what?
Level?
up.
You guys are level 8 now.
Fuck
Hey!
Because you completed the arc, because I do plot points.
Milestone?
Milestones. And because you did enough to get the milestone complete, even though it may have not been one of the endings I had planned, it was definitely an ending, and it was definitely something I didn't expect, which, that's what I love about this. So yes, you guys are now all level 8.
How do you upgrade the level again?
You go into your character builder, and then it'll go to your classes section, and you just click on the level thing next to your thing.
So I see that there's quite a few features that you've added, Tyler. Arcane Bloodcaster.
That one's an old one.
Fusion Caster, Multidiscipline Wizard. Is that for me?
That one doesn't work. It's broken. I tried to make it work. It doesn't work.
Damn it.
D&D and Beyond does not like that. The Fusion Caster is something else. I don't know what that is. That's actual book. That's nothing
Let's
that
see
I've
what
done.
Arcane Bloodcaster does.
Wait, Fusion Caster. I think I made that, didn't I?
Did you make that?
I made something very similar to it.
Must know one of the cantrips. Let's see. That might be yours. I have no idea. It is not worded like a D&D and Beyond one.
I think that's mine.
Because it's not from my library, but it's definitely from my
I
library.
don't have the health for Arcane Bloodcaster. I have just realized.
That's why Aurora has it. She has a decent health pool.
Yeah, Fusion Caster's mine.
Oh, I guess it pulled from your group too. That's pretty funny.
A caster must know at least one cantrip and one spell level 1 and above. They can combine the effects of one cantrip with one spell as an action and amplify and modify the effect of the spell.
Huh.
That's mine. It wasn't done yet. What the fuck?
If it's in your library, it'll go into the D&D and Beyond character sheets. It's weird. That's why the multi-discipline wizard is there, because I started it didn't work out, and I left it there, and I just never deleted it, and now it appears.
Well, now that means that mind goblins are in there too.
on that note, we hope you guys enjoyed. For the next episode, will be on Thursday at 7:30. We will be continuing the other party's episode as they travel further south towards the city of, I want to say, Pearl Bay, because I'm just terrible at remembering my own cities. Yes, Pearl Bay. For reasons, mostly Magnus is trying to get home. That's pretty much like the big plot point right now. Because but for updates on whenever we're streaming, follow the Twitter. I try to be on time and try to give everyone a good amount of time to know when we're streaming. Join the Discord. You will get a notification immediately upon us going live. And also, you will get me posting things about the Twitter telling you that we're going live. Or join the Twitch, and turn on those notifications so you get notified the moment we go live. And if you want to watch previous episodes, we do have a YouTube page, which is linked on the Twitch, the Discord, and the Twitter, with beautiful playlists that I have set up for all of you to watch previous episodes. And with that being said, as always, we hope to see you in the next one. Peace.